Hello there! My name is Jasom Jensai. Welcome to another episode of Star Wars Duels. This video is Mace Windu versus Mother Talzin. Star Wars Duels is a series where I pretend two Star Wars characters fight and I explain what I think would happen and why by analyzing their fighting style, personality, and power. The battlefield for this duel will be Geonosis. While you listen, tell me in the comments, who do you think would win? What's stronger between the Force and magic? And who is the coolest Mandalorian? Mace Windu is one of the best lightsaber duelists of his time, if not the best, but Mother Talzin is a master of illusions and magic. Can Windu's fancy swordplay beat Mother Talzin's mystical mistiness, or will the power of Mother Talzin overcome the strength of Master Windu? Mace Windu is powerful and direct. When he went to arrest Palpatine, he simply walked in and told Palpatine that he was being arrested. This gave Palpatine a chance to gather his lightsaber and make the first move. Windu showed all his cards immediately. He had no plan B, no backup. He was overconfident. Windu is confident in his ability to defeat any threat, so he will often attack directly at the source of the problem with no plan, simply instinct and swiftness. Unfortunately for the Jedi, this strategy was very effective for hundreds of years. They had no real challenge to their power, so they could simply walk into a situation and trust the Force to warn them of any immediate danger. However, when confronted with an equal, this strategy is effective only if that equal is unprepared. Mace Windu's confidence led him to favor very swift and direct strategies. But Windu is not overconfident for no reason. He is a powerful duelist, strong, tough, skilled, and extremely fast. In the Battle of Ryloth, Windu showed his blinding speed, quick thinking, and his skill in the battlefield. The problem with the attack was a long plasma bridge that could be shut off from a control tower. Windu and a couple of clone troopers tried to sneak across, but halfway across the bridge they were found and it was deactivated. Despite having nothing but falling amputees and a few stabs around him, Windu managed to get himself and his clone troopers to the other side. One of Windu's other greatest achievements is his near capture of Darth Sidious. Although it may seem like Windu defeated Sidious, many people believe that Sidious lost on purpose to try and convert Anakin to the dark side. My point of view is that Sidious intended to lose, but halfway through the fight lost control and Windu was able to actually beat him. For an amazing analysis of the duel, watch Antoine Vandeli's video Mace vs Sidious, Who is in Control. Windu's ability to duel Sidious puts him at the highest tier of dueling. Windu's dueling style is Form 7. Form 7 is often went to the dark side, so Windu made a variant called Vapad. So many people believe that Windu's fighting style somehow allows him to never lose to a dark side user because he can just do a superconducting loop. I don't know if they've ever considered what they're saying, but that's not how fighting works. Your strategy can definitely help you, but no lightsaber style would allow an Ewok to be able to match Darth Sidious. Vapad is an excellent fighting style, but it does not grant special abilities, increase the user's power, or guarantee any victories. With that out of the way, Form 7 is a fighting style that focuses on killing the opponent before they can kill you. It is very offensive, but it is easy to lose focus on your defense and to be taken advantage of by a cunning warrior. Windu uses his Force powers whenever they would be useful, but his lightsaber skills are far beyond his Force abilities, so he almost never uses the Force during his duels. However, his Force powers are powerful. During the Battle of Ryloth, Windu shoved an entire ATTE over the edge of a cliff with a Force push. Later in the battle, Windu destroyed 4 battle droids, 2 super battle droids, and 2 destroyer droids with 1 Force push. And after that, Windu destroyed an AAT by dropping something on it with the Force. When confronted with multiple targets or one large target, Windu will use powerful telekinesis to smash, shove, or crush his target. Windu is a powerful Jedi. He is an excellent duelist and strong with the Force. Unfortunately, this power gives him overconfidence, so he never has a good strategy. I don't know if it is overconfidence though, because Windu is usually powerful enough to simply not need a strategy. He's defeated over 100,000 battle droids, Jango Fett, and even Darth Sidious. Windu is one of the most powerful beings of his time. Mother Talzin is an interesting combatant. She uses the Force, but unlike the Jedi and the Sith, she does not have Force Push, Force Jump, or all the other normal powers. Mother Talzin has many powers, and she sometimes even uses ingredients. People think midichlorians are bad. For example, at one point, she uses a lock of Count Dooku's hair to slowly kill him from all the way across the galaxy. While Windu prefers a direct approach, like a stab through the heart or crushed by a ton of rocks, Talzin likes to incapacitate her opponents and slowly kill them. Talzin is vengeful and protective. Talzin's strategy is to throw the most useful spell at her opponents to defeat them as quickly as possible. Unlike most warriors who choose between lightsaber, force push, or telekinesis, Mother Talzin has half a dozen spells to choose from that we see. She definitely has more. Talzin can make a shield that is strong enough to resist at least blaster fire. She can shoot bolts of lightning that do about as much damage as a heavy blaster. She can summon a magical sword that can block a lightsaber and probably gives her extra strength. She can use telekinesis that is not strong or fast, but it's very intricate. She can melt metal. With one tap to the forehead, she can put people to sleep or wake them up. And she can even teleport herself. Talzin has many powers. If I missed any, tell me in the comments. Talzin is a powerful witch. She is difficult to kill, and if you don't kill her on your first try, she'll find a way to kill you before your second. During the Clone Wars, Mace Windu and Jar Jar investigate the mysterious disappearances of some of the Bardotan people. At the end of their investigation, Windu and Jar Jar confront Talzin, who has captured the Bardotan Queen. Windu challenges Talzin while Jar Jar frees the Queen. Talzin pulls out her magic sword and duels Windu a bit. Although they do not finish the fight, we know that Windu and Talzin's physical strength is about equal. With all that in mind, let's finally begin the battle. Windu confidently walks towards a small Geonosian tower. He doesn't know what he will find inside, but he knows it is evil, and it must be destroyed. He reaches the entrance and walks inside. Talzin stands before a pot. Green mist is flowing into the pot and spiraling into the air, creating a cloud of swirling mist rising towards the ceiling. Windu immediately knocks the pot over with the force, ruining Talzin's plan. Windu ignites his lightsaber and says something cool, and Talzin says something threatening before blasting jets of green lightning at him. Windu easily blocks the lightning and steps back outside the tower. Before Talzin can escape, Windu uses the force to bring the entire tower down. As the tower collapsed, Windu felt Talzin's presence disappear. Windu concludes that the witch is dead and heads back to his ship. However, after a few minutes, Talzin appears in front of him, prepared to get her revenge. She didn't die in the tower, she simply teleported away. Windu ignites his lightsaber and blocks more bolts of lightning. Talzin summons her sword and flourishes it menacingly. Windu brushes towards her, but Talzin is able to get the first strike. Windu is forced to dodge because of Talzin's wide blade and powerful stroke. Windu retreats a few steps, but quickly engages Talzin with a strong blade lock. Talzin blocks the attack and swings her blade low at Windu's feet, but Windu jumps over the attack and lands behind her. Talzin immediately swings across at Windu, but he simply blocks the attack. Windu pushes into her guard and twists his lightsaber towards her, but she leans out of the way and steps back. As Windu tries to attack, Talzin swings her blade back and forth with one hand, making it impossible for Windu to easily get close. Windu force pushes her and she falls to the ground and drops her sword. Windu leaps forward, but Talzin creates a shield and he is forced to spend precious milliseconds breaking it. Talzin ignites her blade again, but Windu has had enough of this witchcraft. He lunges forward and twists out of her hand. Talzin drops her weapon and grabs Windu's wrist. Windu's wrist immediately begins to burn. As Windu screams in agony, Talzin reaches her finger for his forehead, but just before she reaches it, Windu regains control, kicks her in the stomach, and wrenches his hand away. Windu switches his lightsaber to his left hand and lunges forward. Talzin shoots lightning right at Windu's head, but he crouches low and kicks her feet out from under her. Windu holds her at sword point, but Talzin begins to sink into the ground and transform into mist. Before she can fully disappear, Windu plunges his lightsaber through her neck into the ground. Talzin is a powerful witch who is very hard to kill, but Windu is the victor. Talzin has a lot of tricks up her really big sleeves, but I think Windu's lack of plan and quick thinking allows him to adapt to whatever Talzin can throw at him. So with that, thanks for listening to what I had to say about Windu versus Talzin. If you liked the video, hit the like button. It helps promote the video, so it would be appreciated. Subscribe to see more Star Wars duels. And remember, may the Force be with you. Windu holds her at sword point for half a second before bringing his lightsaber way over his head and leaving himself open to anybody nearby. This time, instead of Anakin, Talzin takes advantage of his stupid theatrical executions and shoots blast of lightning into his chest, killing him instantly. I find it annoying that Windu decided to finish off Palpatine with a giant wind-up execution instead of the simple jab. Even needed Anakin. He could have just shot lightning when Windu was so wide open. So I wrote this alternate ending. Comment syrup is nice if you made it this far in the video.